quick coffee doesn't do the trick. Constellation's got another artifact, and Barrett's talking way too quick. Walter wants another meeting, Vasco's standing by the door. Sarah checks the mission briefing, then checks the cabinet once more. We're explorers, we're professionals, we represent mankind. So she pours a little whiskey just to help organize her mind. One for the mission, one for the crew, one for all the things she did and couldn't undo. One for the orders, one for old times, one to keep the dauntless from coming back at night. One for the mission, that's what Sarah says. Just something for the shaking, just something for the edge. One for the mission, then hide it out of sight. Smile for constellation like everything's alright. Nobody needs to know, nobody needs to see. There's a little more in Sarah's glass than there ought to be. She remembers when the Dauntless went down in Cassiopeia's reign. Orders lost and systems burning, nothing left but smoke and pain. She made it off that mountain, thought the others never did. Carried 20 years of questions that she never could forgive. So when the lodge gets quiet and everybody's gone, she pulls a bottle from behind the books and leaves the lights turned off. Just enough to stop remembering, just enough to sleep, just enough to keep those old ghosts somewhere underneath. One for the mission, one for the crew, one for every voice that asked why'd it have to be you. One for the wreckage, one for the rain, one for all those years she carried every name. One for the mission, that's what Sarah says. Just something for the shaking, just something for the edge. One for the mission, then hide it out of sight. Stand before constellation like everything's alright. Nobody needs to know, nobody needs to see. There's a little more in Sarah's glass than there ought to be. Barrett found a bottle behind a navigation chart. Sarah said it wasn't hers and quickly changed the subject. Andreja smelled the whiskey when Sarah passed her in the hall. Sarah blamed the cleaning solvent, didn't fool her much at all. Walter saw her handshake pouring coffee late one night. She wrapped both hands around the cup and said that she was fine. Every lie is getting smaller, every pore a little tall, and the woman holding everyone together isn't holding up at all. One for the mission, one for the crew, one because tomorrow there's another thing to do. One for the artifacts, one for the fight, one because the Dauntless still goes down every night. She can face down spacers, she can stare a starborn down, walk into a terramorph nest and never turn around. She can carry constellation, she can lead them through the black, but close her eyes at 2 a.m. and Cassiopeia comes right back. Rain against the cockpit, smoke across the sky, crew still waiting on a rescue that she never could provide. 20 years of running couldn't leave that world behind, so she takes another swallow just to quiet down her mind. One for the mission, one for the crew, one for all the ghosts that disappear until first light. One for the mission, that's what Sarah says. But one became another, then another after that. Still nobody needs to know, nobody needs to see. So she hides another bottle where she thinks it won't be seen. One behind the books, one beneath the bed, one inside the locker where she keeps the past half dead. One for every artifact, one for every scar, one for every light year that couldn't take her far. Far enough from Cassiopeia, far enough to sleep, far enough from promises she never got to keep. Tomorrow she'll be Sarah Morgan, strong as she can be. Tonight it's one for the mission, and one for the crew she thought she'd left behind.